Testosterone and cortisol. How to optimize your levels for maximum strength. Before we begin, if anyone is new here and they want to improve, subscribe and join the Legion today.
So how do I do it, Tiberius? What are the best ways to maximize my testosterone while minimizing my cortisol levels?
Great question, Legionnaire Levi Hudson. There are a variety of ways you can look to maximize your testosterone while minimizing your cortisol and stress. You see, if you want to grow strong and become confident, but at the same time have the benefits of being relaxed, maximizing your testosterone levels while minimizing your cortisol is a great strategy to put in place. Any Legionnaire can do it. They just need to know how. If you listen to all the practical steps I'm about to share with you, you'll be on a great path to becoming stronger while also being a lot less stressed. There are 5 areas we'll be focusing on today to maximize your testosterone levels while minimizing your cortisol and stress. Apply all 5 of these elements together for maximum results.
Okay, sounds good.
Now, the first element we are going to discuss about testosterone has to do with the sun.
The sun? What do you mean, Tiberius?
You see, man was designed to be outside, outdoors, and get a healthy amount of sun in his lifestyle. When you're out in the sun and the sunlight hits your skin, it makes vitamin D. And it's this special vitamin, vitamin D, which has a positive and powerful effect on your testosterone levels. If you are spending all of your time inside, or you live in an area where there isn't much sunlight, you could possibly be deficient in vitamin D, which is not great for your health. It's estimated at least 40% of people are deficient in vitamin D because of a lack of sunlight exposure.
So how much sunlight do I need to be getting?
Studies have shown that about 15 minutes of midday sunlight at least 3 times a week has been proven to maintain sufficient levels of vitamin D to help out your testosterone. It's a good idea to turn your sunlight exposure into a healthy habit. Get into a routine that will give you sufficient levels each week, but make sure not to overdo it.
But Tiberius, I am stuck inside my apartment all day, and I can't get out due to the lockdown.
Well, if that's the case, and you literally cannot go outside and get some sunlight, taking a vitamin D supplement may be helpful for your testosterone in the meantime. One 12-month study showed that supplementing with around 3,000 IUs of vitamin D3 per day increased testosterone levels by around 20%. But the big picture is, working towards making sunlight exposure a healthy habit in your life will be great for your testosterone levels in the long run.
Okay, will do.
Now, the second element to do with testosterone is the moon.
The moon? What do you mean?
You see, sleep quality has a big impact on your testosterone levels. The ideal amount of sleep varies from person to person, but one study found that sleeping only 5 hours per night was linked to a 15% decrease in testosterone levels. Some research has shown that around 7 to 10 hours of sleep per night is the best for long-term health and your testosterone. But do you know what?
What's that, Tiberius?
Professional athletes such as LeBron James and Roger Federer, who require maximum strength and recovery to succeed in their field, have been known to sleep up to 12 hours per day.
12 hours? That's crazy.
Yes, it's a lot. Although 12 hours may not be practical for you, the key takeaway here is to make sure you get sufficient quality and rejuvenating rest. You see, sleep is the great rejuvenator. If you get good quality sleep, you'll be charging up your batteries and helping maintain optimal testosterone levels. Always remember to de-stress at night and relax. Never watch stressful content before you go to sleep that is going to disrupt your sleep and spike your cortisol levels. Now, the next important aspect of boosting up your testosterone levels is to pay special attention to your diet. Aim to eat healthy and cut back on excessive sugar intake. There are going to be some foods that will help you increase your testosterone and others that will reduce it. Research demonstrates that sufficiently healthy fats in your diet can be beneficial for testosterone and health. Some of these include extra virgin olive oil, fatty fish, fish, shellfish, and egg yolks. Cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and others are also helpful as they work to block estrogen production in the body. If you really want to optimize your testosterone levels, you will also want to start to really limit your alcohol intake if you are a drinker. Excessive alcohol intake can interfere with testosterone production. So if you really wanted to aim for maximum testosterone and maximum health, you could consider eliminating alcohol altogether.
Okay, sure.
Now, the fourth element of optimizing your testosterone is through exercise. Exercise is a proven and effective way to boost your testosterone levels.
So what are some of the best exercises to do to boost testosterone?
Great question, Legionnaire Levi. The best exercises to boost up your own testosterone levels is to hit the Temple of Iron and start lifting some weights. Doing compound lifts such as bench press, squatting, barbell rows, overhead press, and deadlifts are all effective compound maneuvers that work to hit a broad group of muscles all at once. These are effective and time-efficient lifts that will work a variety of muscle groups in a very effective way. This can really help boost your testosterone levels over the long term as you develop more muscle. Cardio exercise is also just as important. If you are time poor, doing high-intensity interval training is a very effective way to boost your testosterone levels.
What is that, Tiberius?
High-intensity interval training is simply exercising at maximum intensity for very short periods of time with small breaks between the exercises. One of the simplest ways to do this is to go down to your local oval and sprint 200 yards as fast as you can. Then rest for 2 minutes, then repeat with another sprint. Sprint, rest, sprint, rest, sprint, rest until you are exhausted. You'll find out how powerful and effective high-intensity interval training can be as you will get completely exhausted very quickly. It's a very efficient and effective way to boost up your cardio. But by doing a combination of both weightlifting and cardio workouts, you'll be on a pathway to optimizing your health and testosterone levels.
Okay, cool. I'll set out to do this.
Now, the last and one of the most important aspects of boosting your testosterone levels is to make sure you lower your cortisol and stress. You see, testosterone and cortisol often work in inverse. If you have high cortisol levels, it's going to negatively impact your testosterone levels. You see, chronically high elevated cortisol levels is detrimental to your health, so it's important to get this lowered. Now, there's a variety of methods we can put in place to reduce cortisol, but for now, we are going to focus on a set of exercises that you can put in place right now as permanent positive habits. This is only a brief set of exercises. There will be many more special ones to share in the future. Now, the first exercise you can put in place is to pause every single day and do a 5-minute meditation.
Meditation? This sounds too difficult, Tiberius.
No, it's really not. All you have to do is focus on your breathing and watch your thoughts. It's a very simple exercise. An easy way to do this is to set an overall countdown timer for 5 minutes on your phone and then enter into this meditation breathing cycle until the time is up. The breathing cycle is to inhale slowly and steadily for 4 seconds, then hold your breath for 7 seconds, then slowly exhale for 8 seconds. Then continue to repeat this cycle for the duration of the 5-minute counter. During this meditation, as you focus on your breathing, you will notice random thoughts appearing in your mind. Do your best just to acknowledge them and then go back to focusing on your breathing. It's a very effective and powerful strategy to lower your cortisol over the long term. You can go longer than 5 minutes if you wish. Now, another important habit to lower your cortisol is to permanently reduce the amount of stressful and negative news you consume in a week. Always remember, humans are primed to pay special attention to fear, and fear sells. This is why, no matter where you live in the world, the local news stations will always convey the same negative stories on the nightly news. Car crashes, murders, robberies, disasters, and conflicts. It's a negative news cycle that will never really end. It's not to say that the news isn't important, but what is really important to understand is that it can impact your health and cortisol levels. If you are getting stressed out by tuning into the news too often, you may want to benefit your own cortisol levels by reducing your exposure to it. What you can do is that instead of consuming negative content, seek out positive content that will make you stronger. There are many great channels and people out there on the internet that are going to make you wiser and stronger and not make you stressed. Make sure to seek out this content and videos wherever they may be and tune into them for your own benefit. So get into a habit of consuming positive content that makes you feel good. Now, another powerful habit to help out your cortisol levels is to really start to focus on being in the present moment right now. I'll repeat that. Stay focused and be in the present moment right now. Work to make this a habit. This won't only help out your cortisol levels, but this will also make you much more successful and productive in life.
Being in the present moment? What do you mean, Tiberius?
You see, much of your stress and cortisol is built about worrying about bad things that may or may not happen in the future. Your mind can only really focus on one thought at a time. And if you spend a lot of your time procrastinating or worrying about a bad thing that may or may not happen in the future, you're really robbing yourself of living in the present moment right now. Focused breathing, like the meditation cycle we discussed about before, will help you get back into the present when you are stressed and anxious. Another activity to make you more present is to take an icy cold shower. We will talk more about cold showers in the future, but for now, taking a cold shower will override all your bodily senses and really make you present in the moment. It can kind of shock you back to being present right now and reduce stressful thinking. It can sometimes work to break a negative thought loop that you may be experiencing right now.
Okay, cool. I'll set out to do this.
And the last tip for now to reduce cortisol is to remind yourself to not stress about things you cannot control and always focus on the positive. Much stress and cortisol can come from worrying about things and events that you cannot control. Use your presence of mind to acknowledge those things that you have been worrying about and to just let them go. Summon the mindset of Brad Pitt's character in the movie Fight Club and say to yourself, I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. But for now, by following all of these steps we discussed, you will be on the path to maximizing your testosterone while minimizing your stress. And always remember, it's good to get inspired, but true change comes from taking action. So take action to bring about those benefits for yourself.
Okay, will do.
And if any Legionnaire wants to be featured in the next march, leave the Roman phrase mens sana in corpore sano in the comments below. But for now, let's toast to victory! To victory! To victory! To victory! To victory!